What's up? Welcome back to part two in the multi-part or multi-target strategy that we were building. So here it is loaded up on the charts. So just a reminder right now, it buys when the fast moving average is above the slow and we have a crossover, the stochastic, the crossover above 20, and we have a basically two TPs and we share a stop loss. So here you can see, right, we sold here, hit TP1, but then hit stop loss for TP2. So now what we want to do is be able to trail our stop loss. So to do that, we need to change a couple things in our code. So out of the Ninjatrader editor, let's go to strategies. Actually, yeah, it's not a strategy, but open up Visual Studio. You use that, at least I do. And then open up our multi-target strategy. All right. So one thing I want to work on in hopefully soon is like here. We don't want to be taking all of these. So another filter to filter out these stuff. I'm not sure what I could use yet, but yeah. So for us to be able to update our stop loss, right? We want to move that while we are, while price is moving, not at the end of every bar, like what happens right now. So to do that, we need to edit our code. We're going to edit it to calculate. So basically, this just controls when it runs through all of our logic. We're going to do on price change. Actually, we're going to do on each tick. So every new tick is going to run through all of our code. But this code, we still only want to run through our candle closures. So what we're going to do, if is first tick of bar, so if this is false, then we return. So what this is going to do is basically on every tick we're going to start running through this code, but once we get here, if it is not the first tick of the bar, then we return. So when it is the first tick of a new bar, it'll know that this will be false, and so then we will execute here. So basically the same as the on bar update. But now everything we do in here, only stuff before this line will run on every tick. So what we need to get from here is the unrealized profits. So if position dot get unrealized profit and loss, performance units dot ticks, and then we need to add a price. So we're going to do, oh, I forget. Oh yeah, if we do close zero, that should be the most recent price, I believe. Greater than, let's say 50. And we do whatever. Let's check that though. Let's do print close 0. So usually when we're only running on bar update, oh right here we just want to trade. But usually when we're only running on bar updates, if you close 0, it's just checking the close of the last candle price. But I believe in this case it should be every the last tick price. I believe. So let's go to strategies, MNQ. And so yeah, every tick we're getting a new price. So it should be still updating. Let's see. Is this one right? Yeah. Because yep, if you didn't reload it, it's still on each on bar update. So let's see. Yep, every tick giving us the most recent price, which yeah, you can see it is definitely moving. Alright, so got that. Uh, so now we can control when to move our stop loss. So pretty simple. All we're gonna do is add a change this to int. Then here we're gonna add move SL ticks equals 15. We'll do 30. So once it hits TB1, then we go break even. Then, so this is gonna do basically right here. We're checking if the most recent price is the profit at the most recent price is greater than our move SLT. If it is, then that means we know it's ready, or then we know it's time to move our stop loss. So to do that, all we do is set stop loss, um, calculation mode dot ticks, and then in this case we want to do position dot average price. So this is just to set it to break even. Also, just so we're not running through 100 times or overusing our computer, we're gonna do break even triggered. That needs to be false. Once we set it, then break even triggered equals true. We gotta add it to our global variables. Break even triggered. and then whenever we enter position, it's false. Right? So then we make sure it's still false. Then once we set our stop loss, it's true. So then we're not running through this over and over. Alright, this looks good. Let's compile it. And here. Load it. Alright, so now let's see. Okay, so it looks like it did not work. Unless it's set to 0 right now. So it looks like it did not. Yeah, it did not work here, right? We hit TP1. Should have been moved to here. No errors here. No errors here. Alright, so it is being called. Alright, let's try this. This will just, our stop loss order will be named SL, and that way we're making sure we're modifying this order, our previous stop loss order, when we call this, instead of just setting a new one. Okay. Now it's not setting our stop loss order. Oh, it's because it's from entry signal. So yeah, that won't work. Then, oh, that would make sense. Because our position average price is a price, not ticks. Alright, let's try that. Still doesn't want to. No errors either. Hmm. All right. So I found out what the issue is. Actually, took me a little bit, but basically, just when we're using that close zero, right? That is taking the most recent price. But if we don't have tick data, then it can't get the most recent tick data. So it's just taking the close of all the candles. So here you can see it worked, right? Hit TB1 and break even. It works because we closed below there. So then at the close, it's right here. This was the close time for this candle, right? Right here, when this candle closes, we move our stop loss. And then, yeah, with other ones, right here we hit TP1, but I guess it doesn't close far enough down, and we're not able to move our stop loss. And so that is why. As you can see here, this is all on back testing, right? As soon as we load it up. Like, obviously, these aren't ticks. I mean, 2-ish points between there, 3 there, 6 there, compared to once we get to live data right now, like look at 3 of the same, we go up 1 tick, up 1 more, up 1 more, down 1. So yeah, it's just because I don't have tick data. So it should be working as it's supposed to. Um, I mean, yeah, it should be working as it's supposed to. There's just nothing we can do unless we have tick data. You can use market replay, but to do that you have to disconnect from your other data connections, and I'm using those right now, so I'm not going to do that. But this is working as it should. So if you did want to accurately backtest it, you would need tick data, unfortunately. But it does work as it should, and yeah. So yeah, here was the code for that. You don't need this. But yeah, you just set the stop loss, the average price. You can, a couple things you can do pretty easily is add just, I'll even do it now, just add 3 ticks, just so it's slightly in profit. That'll help pay for commission or whatever. Then you can also add to make sure that the move SL tick is greater than 0. Because if it's 0, that means you just don't use that basically. But yeah, this is kind of just the basic framework on how to do a multi-target strategy. I mean, you guys you pretty easily, do a buy 3, set a new profit target for buy 3. You can, I mean, here, I'll make a real quick, show you how to do a trailing one, right? So imagine we don't have this, and you want it to trail every time you're up, every time price move SL ticks up, you want to trail your stop loss. So to do that, you have move SL ticks. So basically, okay, actually we're gonna keep this. Then we're gonna do if um if shoot, I just lost it. Um okay, if position dot market position is not market position dot flat, and break even triggered equals false. Right, so that means no, that's true, I mean. So that means we've already moved it the first time. Now, if we need to create a counter, so we're going to do counter equals range counter, I don't know what that is, but delete that. Come up to the global variables and then int counter. Add that. So once we move our stop loss the first time, we're going to do int, we're going to do counter equals 1. Now, once we're here, if position blah, 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 is greater than, well, now we need to get a different price. Well, yeah, we'll still get the close 0, but compare it. Actually, that's wrong. Sorry, that's wrong. We're no longer using the position. Shoot. Actually, we can. It'll be simpler to just use that. So now we'll do if this is greater than move SL ticks times counter, then we will move it again. So actually, let's set counter to 2, right? So here, move SL ticks is 20. After the first time, right? Once we're 20 ticks in profit, we move our stop loss. Now counter set to 2, so now it's going to check if our position is more in profit by 20 times 2 by 40, then we move our stop loss again. But now we need to also move it up average price, which is now plus move SL ticks. Yes. So now when we're up 40 ticks, we move our stop loss up 20 ticks. But we also need to, both of these need to do times, times instrument dot tick size. Times 2.5, and then same thing with this. Instrument dot master instrument dot tick size. So we'll take our 20 ticks, convert it to takes our 20 ticks, converts it to price. Basically, usually in most cases by multiplying it by 0.25. 20.25 is 5 points. Add that to the average price, and that will move up our stop loss. So let's compile that. Actually, no, that's wrong, because that only works for the buys. We need to separate it for sells. So if position dot market position equals market position dot long, then we're going to do this. Else, we need to average price, we subtract that. Yeah, that looks right. So let's compile this. Oh, cool. So let's see. We sold 1, hit TP1. Stop loss should have moved it, right? is this version not? Let me not put it in yet. Oh, that sucks. I wanted to see it live. Let's also make sure we're not still printing. Yeah, that one. I'm not really sure. But let's. Alright. So here is our new one. Did it move at all? It should have a little bit, I think. Let's see. I believe it was at 30. Yeah, it's at 30. Oh, TV1 is at. Okay, there. Moved it up. Now when we get to 60, which we will not because TV2 is before that. But if we would get to 60 ticks, which would be about right here, then our stop loss should move up to 30 ticks in profit. But yeah, all right, hit break even here. I'm going to change the settings. So we'll move it every to 20. No, let's keep this 30. Our stop loss, move stop loss every 20 ticks. TP1 will be 50. TP2 will be 100. Stop loss in ticks is to 50. And yeah. So hopefully, oh, so at 20 it should move the stop loss. Let's see. Yeah, this isn't right though. It's just mimicking. But it did move the stop loss. So once we get to 40, which this is 30, 40 is probably going to be here. It should, which I think it stopped out first. Then the stop loss should bring it down. Alright, so I'm going to let this just chill for a little bit. I'm going to pause it, and then I will start playing it if I'm able to see when it's actually fully in a position, just to make sure it's working. And hopefully it does run a little bit so we can see if it is working. Alright, so yeah, thanks for watching. That's it for this video. Should be working. Looks like we have a setup coming up here soon, so I'm going to just let this setup play out. Hopefully it comes down. And yeah, that's it for this video. Let me know if you have any questions or comments. Feel free to join the Discord. Got some stuff in there. And yeah, thanks for watching. Peace. perfect. So it works exactly how we wanted. Kind of gives a basic framework and a lot of things you can do with it. I mean, the entries could definitely be a lot better. So just by fixing the entries, like you could get a pretty good looking strategy. But yeah, thanks for watching. Peace.